Hi, Shabbat Shalom. I'm not sure exactly when you're going to hear this, but definitely will not be on Shabbat. So Erev means before Shabbat, so anytime before Shabbat, I guess, will be Shabbat Shalom. I hope we don't get interrupted by some noise, but it's very possible. Anyway, this is a special video for Beit Juhuro. A little idea on this week's Parashat Bamidbar. Even though the Parashat is very, very long, 159 Pesukim, a lot of people find a hard time because there's no stories, there's no real commandments over here. It talks about the Jewish people being counted in the desert and how they traveled in the desert. But I want to turn our attention a little bit to the end of the Parashat, the Haftarah, which a lot of us who are not attending shuls really are not really getting to hear anything about the Haftarah, or even just what the Haftarah is saying. So in the Haftarah, it's actually from Sefer Hosea. It begins like this: "V'hayam mispar b'nei Israel kechol hayam, asher lo yimad v'lisafer." The number of the Jewish people will be like the number of the sand on the ocean, which will not be measured, will not be counted. That's how the number of the Jewish people is. It sounds like a great blessing. The Jewish people will become so great in number. Yet, we find in this week's Parashat that the Jewish people indeed are counted. The Jewish people have a specific number. And even though this was, you could say, almost the height of the Jewish people, we received the Torah. That generation is a generation that heard God speaking to them. No other nation in world history could claim such a thing as we could claim, which is basically what the whole holiday of Shabbat is all about. So what's going on? There's a number, and it says 600,000, men true. We're not counting the people under the age of 20 or above the age of 60, but there seems to be some sort of number. There's a census of the Jewish people, yet the Pasuk says they'll be so numerous, they won't be able to be counted. Now, this is going to come up hopefully soon in our days, but even then they'll be counted because it could be counted. We could make a census, just file, click in, go on the census bureau of the Jewish people and put in their numbers, right? So this is not my question. This is a question actually I heard in my Yeshivat Or Sameach in Muncie, which Rabbi Haim, where I met Rabbi Haim actually, and Rabbi Zimmerman asked this question actually before Shabbat, and his answer stuck with me. I would like to give you a mashal, a very quick mashal. There was once two children fighting. One kid was saying, "My daddy's richer than your daddy," and he says, "My pops is richer than your pops," and they were going back and forth. Finally, the kid got hurt and he came home and says, "Daddy, right? You're so rich, right? You?" He says, "Yes." So okay, well, I was just talking to my friend. He said he had so much money, and he came and took me to his vault, and he opened up this vault, and I saw so much money. Can you show me what we have? I said, "Sure, son." He comes, he opens up his safe, he takes out a few documents. 3-4 documents, that's all it was. Says, "Daddy, I thought we're rich. We're not as rich as the other guy. He had so many more documents. He had, basically the bills. He had so many bills, and I saw so much. We only have 3 or 4. He says, "Son, let me explain to you what these 3 or 4 are. These 3-4 documents, you know what they are? These are not regular documents, but basically, these are documents that show that I'm an owner of a building." Now read that address over there. What does it say? Freedom Tower. That's my building. Read the other one. Empire State Building. That's mine. And the other one, the Dubai Building. So you see, I own the 3 largest buildings in the world. Anybody who rents from there is paying me rent. True, it's only 3 papers, 3 documents, but another one has a lot of more documents, $100 bills. But my 3 little documents are worth much more value than his numerous documents, than his numerous bills and dollars or $100 bills. And with that, we could explain the contradiction that we had. The Jewish people will have a specific number, and the pasuk says in the Navi, in the prophet, that it will be countless. They will be able to be counted. Yeah, you could say there are 50 million Jews, there are 1 million Jews, whatever it is. But in value, in greatness, lo yimad v'lo yisafer. It cannot be measured. It cannot be counted. You can't. The greatness of each individual Jewish person, the effects that he has on him, on the world, on himself, on his family, on his surroundings, cannot be measured. There's no measuring yard. There's no measuring stick that you can figure out how that could be. That's what the pasuk is saying. And we have to know that. A lot of times we look, how many hits did I get? How many people did I reach? And we see, only that number. We feel a little bit disappointed. We didn't reach as many people as we wanted to reach, like the other guy reached. We don't understand. We're looking at numbers. The real value is not in quantity, but it's in quality. In quality, the quality of a person that sits down and learns Torah, if it's 10 people coming to a class, 30 people coming to a class, is worth more than the hundreds of thousands of people that come to watch a sports game. So they have millions of people watching one game once a year. And I have 10 people coming to a class of Torah. Who has a bigger effect? That's what the pasuk says. Lo yimaru yitzafir. The value of it, the quality of it is immeasurable. Shabbat Shalom.